From dark jungles and deep swamps, dense forests, and hidden laboratories around the world. Primal rage, high-tech circuitry, servos, blood, flesh and sinew, creatures and beings, automatons, mysteries never before dreamed. And nightmares never before viewed. Come now and join us for Creepies and Beep Beeps. Hey, today on Creepies and Beep Beeps, it's the stuff of nightmare fuel for some children. It is from the black hole, Maximillian. Scary dude. I mean, he was just a big flying brick who had lasers and electrodes and guns and could kill you. And that was his job, was to kill you. And this is a really, this one is just off the wall, but let me get into this. This is the alternate head, and yes, you look into that visor, you see the eyes. If you've seen the end of the movie, you know why that's important. If you've not seen the end of the movie, spoilers. Another thing I like is that, you know, you have attachments with the blades. You can have them whirling, you can have them, you know, retracted, or you can have them just out, ready to go. And that's cool. You know, you can do them all the way out, just do them bent like he always did, and you can just turn it like this. There you go, and there you go. One of these is electrical, and just a sec, I have it right here. Forgot to bring it out, sorry. And then you have a electrical effect you can put over top of that. So cool, huh? Yeah, you know. That one worked, okay. I'm impressed with this figure. They gave him a stand that works. Let me zoom down here a little bit. And there it is, that's a stand that works. It takes up a lot of space, but you realize it because he's just such a big monster of a figure, and he needs it. How big of a monster of a figure is this? Well, let me get something for scale here. Now granted, he's up a little bit, but it gives you an idea of how big this guy is. He's huge. I mean, yeah, he's given a little bit extra height due to that stand, but even still, he's monstrous. And you know, honestly, I can't think of a Maximillian figure not being monstrous. He should be a monster. He's scary. Did he dwarf humans that much? I don't know. I seen where he killed Anthony Perkins though. That was some vicious shit. That always bugs me to this day. I mean, it's like, There aren't many movie scenes that really bug me, but that one did. When I was a kid, it really bugged me, scared the hell out of me. And then, as I've gotten older, I've been able to watch it again. And it's still kind of like, there's a twinge there. It's still like, oh God. You know, because those blades look very freaking wicked. And the way it shreds that book, it's just like, ugh. And then, you know, Anthony Perkins is sitting there, you know, you're just like, what the hell? What the hell? I'm just watching a Disney movie. Yes, it was a Disney movie. It was their first, I believe it was their first PG movie. That was PG back then, guys. Yeah. Back in my day, PG could show boobs. That's the truth, too. Original Airplane, boobs, PG. Yeah, they're on there for all of 3, it's not even a full second. But they're there. And it literally is just a girl runs in front of the camera, boobs flop, runs off. You don't see her face or nothing, it's just boob. And then she runs off. It's one of the panic scenes. It's easily cut in the TV version. But you don't even notice it in the TV version that it's been cut. But yeah, it's there. And I mean, it's really amazing for me now to think what PG used to mean. And I always thought it was funny when they were like, oh no, they tore out a heart in Indiana Jones, that's too far. Well, let's just make a new rating, PG-13. Everything went to PG-13. Everything was PG and then went to PG-13. You hardly ever hear of a PG movie anymore. Have you ever thought about that? Seriously. But, you know, to me it also proves how sensitive we've gotten, because think about how pulled back we are. I mean, do you think you can make a movie like Nightmare on Elm Street today? I mean, I doubt it. Halloween, as much as people say that's a gory film, it's not. A lot of it is in your brain. I don't think you can make Halloween now. Didn't want to make Michael Myers too sympathetic. Yeah. And that's the problem. That's what ruined the later movies, is like they tried to put a personality on. Now you gotta excuse me, I'm rubbing my eyes when I'm talking here. They're trying to put a personality on Myers instead of just let him be the boogeyman. He's the boogeyman, leave it alone. The formula is there and it's perfect as it is. You don't need to fuck with it. Which brings me back to Maximillian. Maximillian is cut from that same cloth. He's a big, evil, scary monster. And should stay a big, evil, scary monster. I mean, that's it. That's what his job is. That's what his role is. You don't try to soften that up. You need that sometimes. It's very fun and very enjoyable to have a big, scary monster be the bad guy. There's nothing wrong with it. I don't know where we get this idea. There's something wrong with this. Oh no, we must understand the villain's motivations. That's a completely different thing. This is the villain's lackey. He's a robot. He's programmed to kill. He's doing what he's programmed to do. That's it. I mean, you don't need any kind of weird, like, you know, redemption moment or anything like that with this guy. This guy is an obstacle to overcome. And they do in the movie. But it's like, you know, to me, he's one of the more perfect villains ever, because there's nothing you can say or do. It's like he's just going to keep coming at you because that's his job. He's kind of the Terminator before the Terminator, except he's tougher. Although he does get beat pretty easily at the end, but, you know, hey, that's what happens to these guys. I mean, they seem unstoppable, and then somebody figures out some weakness, and then boom, we're done. And, well, also depends on how you interpret the ending, because is that Maximillian rules hell now? Yeah, well, maybe. Speaking of, yeah, you probably could. I'm going to try it. Yeah, you can kind of fake the end scene there where they you know, all the arms were extended out where he was on the mountain. God, if you've not seen the end of this movie, I have fucked up. I have fucking spoiled the end of that movie for you. But don't worry, spoiling it, you won't know what the hell's going on. Everybody's talked about that ending. Like, what the fuck was that? You know, nobody knows. And it's actually still debated today what was going on with that. The filmmakers are going, I don't know. They literally do not know what the ending means. This will be a good one. Maximillian versus Wally. 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 But you know, it also shows that Disney had a range at one time. I mean, they went for this. They went for this nightmare fuel. It wasn't, you know, cartoons and happiness. And yeah, they did. There for a while, they had Touchstone Pictures as well. Touchstone Pictures would do more adult-oriented movies. When I say adult-oriented, I mean like, you know, I'm trying to think of a Touchstone film right now. I'm drawing a blank. It did a lot of films. Geez, no, I mean, it's some stuff you recognize. I'm sure I'll think of a dozen names after. But, you know, this was... I mean, seriously, go back and watch this movie. I mean, it's an hour and a half of your time. It doesn't take that long. It's not a long movie. And it's like, whoa. Maximillian? That's some scary shit. Well, why did they allow that? Yeah. Yeah, I really do wonder why they allowed that. I mean, that was wickedly badass. But, I mean, at the same time, it made him seem so scary and so unpredictable that you were along for the ride. You dug it. And that's what made it so great. I mean, I really like Maximillian as a bad guy. I mean, again, you know, he's just a killing machine. But he was so scary and so, you know, that red, this red up here would shine and that's all you would see, and it would be like, whoa. And I love the figure did the dark red. A lot of figures always go for the light red because I guess they were trying to tone it down for kids. You know, when they sell toys, they want to tone it down. And I'm like, nah. Go for that blood red. And I haven't talked about the flaps. I really don't know what the flaps are. You see them move in the movie. I guess they were just trying to give him some kind of motion. You know, because really, it's his arms and his head. You know, his head goes side to side. I mean, he doesn't need to have a whole lot of range of motion. That's what he does. Side to side. Whoa, whoa, and back. And, you know, the limited articulation on this one, it's purposeful because his range of motion was very limited because he didn't need a wide range of motion. He was just blaster, electrode, slicer. Those were his things. Any one of those three combinations, he's got you. It wasn't a need for anything else, but that still makes him cool. But I really like Maximillian. I'm just going to say it. I mean, I really, really like Maximillian. Always have, always will. I just think he's one of those great cinema bad guys that people don't talk about. Because they go, oh, Black Hole, that's that movie that ripped off Star Wars. Well, again, you know, just because they were in space. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to wrap up this yammering here on, on Infinite Realms and Creepies and Beep Beeps. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to do the YouTube stuffs later.